There are stories you won't find in school books. Stories written in the oldest texts in the world, even in the Bible. But what if those angels, those gods, and those visions weren't spiritual, but technological? Today, we'll talk about the ancient astronaut theory and its connections to the Bible. Welcome to Everything You Shouldn't Know. According to this theory, long before the dawn of human civilization, beings from other worlds visited Earth. They taught writing, metallurgy, astronomy, and perhaps even genetically modified humans. Many authors, from Erich von Däniken to Mauro Biglino, argue that traces of these visitors are hidden in sacred texts around the world, from the Indian Vedas to Sumerian Babylonian myths to the Bible. What if the Old Testament were, in fact, the chronicle of a contact? In the first chapter of the book of Ezekiel, the prophet recounts an impressive vision. A stormy wind came from the north, a great cloud with flashes of fire, and in the middle, something that looked like shining metal. He then describes wheels within wheels, moving in every direction without turning, and living creatures that seem to control them. Many religious scholars interpret this as a divine vision, but others wonder, what if Ezekiel was describing a flying vehicle, something he couldn't comprehend with the language of his time? NASA aerospace engineer Joseph Blumrich even went so far as to reconstruct Ezekiel's chariot as a plausible spacecraft. Coincidence or evidence of an ancient encounter? In the book of Genesis we read, "The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves from among them." And further on, "At that time there were Nephilim on earth." Who were these sons of God? According to traditional theology, they were fallen angels. But according to the ancient astronaut theory, they could have been non-human beings who came from elsewhere and joined the Earth species. The Nephilim, then, would not be mere mythical giants, but hybrids, the result of a mixture between humans and visitors. When Moses climbed Mount Sinai, the biblical text describes thunder, lightning, a thick cloud, and a very loud sound. For some scholars, it is a divine manifestation. For others, however, it seems like the description of a landing: intense lights, metallic sounds, vibrations. Moses enters the cloud and comes out with the tablets of the law, perhaps after an encounter with someone or something superior. The Hebrew Bible uses the word Elohim, which many interpret as God. But Elohim is actually a plural. It literally means the gods, or the powerful beings. Mauro Biglino, translator of sacred texts from ancient Hebrew, argues that the Bible does not speak of a single spiritual God, but of a group of real beings who created man in their image, not out of love, but out of necessity, to serve them. An idea that completely overturns our conception of human origins. Of course, the ancient astronaut theory is considered unscientific by most scholars. The visions of Ezekiel, the Nephilim, the Elohim, according to traditional theology, are spiritual metaphors, not technological accounts. But one fact remains. In every culture, in every corner of the planet, there are stories of the sky falling to earth. And perhaps, as the old saying goes, where there's smoke, something is burning. If the ancients really did see visitors from the stars, then the Bible and myths are not just religion. They are memory. The memory of a time when humanity met its creators. Or perhaps it is just a way our ancestors tried to describe the inexplicable. What do you think? Were they angels or astronauts? That's all you need to know. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and write me in the comments. What other mystery would you like us to reveal in the next episode?